Good day, everyone. My name is Princess B. David, together with my co-researcher, Hiro Calderon and Renz Michael Malabote. And today, we will be presenting about a mathematical investigation entitled Why It Won't Factor, exploring students' difficulties in factoring rational expression. Factoring rational expression is a fundamental skills in algebra. Yet, students around the world, including here in the Philippines, struggle significantly with it. Study shows common errors such as mishandling signs, incorrect factoring pairs, and simplification mistakes. These challenges are not just procedural, they affect students' ability to tackle advanced topics like rational equation and inequalities. Our study aims to diagnose these difficulties and propose a modified problem-solving strategy to help learning overcome them. Moving forward, we have here our related studies. Previous research has explored various interventions. For example, contextualized activity sheets and video materials have been shown to improve competency in rational expression. Other approaches like the Xbox method and scaffold bricks also enhance procedural fluency. However, a gap remains in applying heuristic and problem-solving strategies to non-routine factoring tasks. Our study builds on this foundation by integrating both routine and non-routine approaches to address deeper learning obstacles. So, our investigation is grounded in three key theories. First is the cognitive load theory by Sweller, which reminds us that students have limited working memory, so instruction must manage mental effort carefully. Second, the distinction between conceptual and procedural knowledge. Students need to understand why as well as how it is going to process the solving. And third, the Vygotsky's zone of proximal development, which emphasizes learning through scaffolded guided practice. So together, this series inform our approach to teaching factoring in a way that balances understanding, procedure, and appropriate challenge. So why is factoring considered as a good problem in mathematics education specifically? Because it is conceptually rich. It connects integer operation, special products, and exponent laws. It is acceptable yet challenging, and when placed in real-world context, it becomes meaningful and engaging. Factoring promotes not just skills, but critical thinking and procedural fluency, making it a pedagogically worthwhile task. So, while factoring is often taught as a routine procedure, it can also be a non-routine problem. This happens when students must use creativity, recognize hidden patterns, or combine multiple methods, like factoring cubic polynomial or restructuring expressions before applying standard techniques. By transforming routine tasks into non-routine challenges, we encourage heuristic reasoning and deeper problem-solving skills. Now let's distinguish between intrinsic and extrinsic features. Intrinsic features relate to the mathematical structure itself, such as whether an expression is reducible or prime, In teaching, this translates to designing tasks with cognitive challenge and multiple entry points, allowing students to approach problems in different ways and develop both conceptual understanding and critical thinking. On the other hand, extrinsic features involves factors outside the math itself, like how we teach it. This includes contextualization and relevance. When factoring is presented in real-world scenarios like calculating rates or modeling situations, students see it, values, and are more motivated to engage. This connection between abstract algebra and practical application strengthens their problem-solving proficiency. So, to summarize, students' difficulties in factoring stem from both conceptual and procedural gaps. Influenced by how problems are structured and taught, our theoretical and research foundations highlights the need for balanced, scaffolded, and context-rich instruction.
In the context of factoring rational expressions, problem formulation is the stage where students decide how to approach factoring the numerator and denominator based on the structure of expressions. So the problem formulation serves as several purposes. It deepens the understanding of algebraic structure, improves strategic thinking, it supports mathematical reasoning, and reduces mechanical memorized procedures. The problem formulation in rational expression helps avoid common errors. It supports higher order thinking skills, aligns with mathematics education standards, and builds transferable skills. When students are given irrational expressions such as the 6x squared minus 12x all over x squared, the problem formulation such as 6x squared minus 12x all over x squared, problem formulation includes first is identifying the type of expressions. Is the numerator quadratic or is the denominator a difference of squares? Second is recognizing the factoring methods needed, like the GCF, difference of squares, trinomial factoring. The third one is determining restrictions given values that make the denominator zero. And fourth, planning the solution steps. Factor the numerator, second is the factor denominator, and third is simplify by canceling common factors. Next is the problem posing. It refers to the process of creating new problems or reformulating existing ones by generating variations, extensions, or entirely new problem statements from given information, context, or solutions. It can occur before, during, or after solving a problem, that is according to Silver 1994. Creating or modifying problems as a form of mathematical thinking, creativity, and reasoning. Problem posing in factoring rational expressions. Factoring rational expressions such as problem posing means that learners do not merely factor or simplify what is given, they construct new rational expressions, new factoring tasks, or new questions involving algebraic structure. So given the posing in rational expressions promotes conceptual understanding, encourages active and creative thinking, reveals misconceptions, supports advanced algebra readiness, and encourage metacognition. Engaging in problem posing, students may invent a new rational expression, like for example, create a rational expression whose numerator is factored by GCF and denominator is difference of squares. Modify an modifying an existing expression given x squared plus 5x plus 5 plus 6 all over x squared minus 9. So the students may pose, what if the denominator were x squared or x squared minus x instead? How would the restriction change? These are structured problem posing. Moreover, it can also be extending a problem by adding conditions. For example, create irrational expressions that simplifies to x plus 3 all over x minus 4. This requires a deep understanding of factoring patterns. Ask new questions about the same expression. For example, after seeing the x squared minus 9 all over x squared plus 6x plus 9, a student may pose, how do I factor the denominator? What happens if I change plus 6x to plus 10x? What values make this expression defined? These demonstrate conceptual insight. Next is the mathematical proficiency or skills. Intrinsic features. The cognitive challenge in factoring rational expressions develop conceptual understanding because it requires students to understand why factoring works. They analyze structure instead of memorizing steps, reason about when simplification is valid, justify their choices and steps, and connect multiple algebraic ideas. Cognitive challenge transforms factoring rational expressions from a routine procedure into meaningful exploration of algebraic structure, which is the essence of conceptual understanding. The intrinsic feature, multiple entry points and solution paths, in factoring rational expressions enhances critical thinking and reasoning because it requires students to analyze the structure of expressions, choose among different legitimate approaches, justify their methods, and compare solutions, and evaluate the correctness. The X-box method is a factoring technique used primarily for quadratic trinomials of the form ax squared plus bx plus c, especially when the leading coefficient a is not equal to 1. It is called the X-box method because it visually combines two tools, an X diagram, and a box or the area method for organizing and grouping terms. The process begins by multiplying the coefficients a and c. This product is placed at the top of the X. When the middle coefficient p is placed at the bottom, the goal is to determine two numbers that multiply to a and c, and when it adds up to b. Once these numbers are found, the middle term bx is split into two terms using those values. At this point, we transfer the expressions into a four-part box, placing ax squared into top left cell, the constant c in the bottom right, and the split terms in the remaining two cells. From there, we factor out the greatest common factor, or the GCF, in each row and column. The resulting binomials along the sides of the box represent the factors of the original trinomial. This method is effective because it organizes the factoring processes, reducing errors, and provides a clear visual structure that helps learners to understand how terms are grouped.
Our participants were first-year BSED mathematics students at the University of Southeastern Philippines, Tago Mabini campus. We selected them purposefully, focusing on learners who are currently taking algebra subject. In our data gathering procedure, we use a mixed method research design combining quantitative and qualitative approaches, a diagnostic test with two sections, multiple choice and problem solving. It was administered to assess conceptual understanding and procedural skills. Afterwards, semi-structured interviews were conducted to probe reasoning, identify specific errors, and explore factors affecting performance. All participants were informed about the study's purpose, assured of confidentiality, and allowed sufficient time to complete the test. Test results were systematically analyzed, and interview responses were coded to identify recurring themes and misconceptions. Results revealed that students struggle with both conceptual understanding and procedural fluency. Test results showed low scores, incomplete solutions, and skip items, indicating difficulties in computing GCF, identifying lowest terms, and applying factoring techniques. The interview also revealed additional challenges such as translating word problems into algebraic expressions, handling unfamiliar variables, performing integer operations, and justifying their solutions. These difficulties are interconnected, spanning fundamental algebra skills, problem solving, and mathematical communication, highlighting the need for targeted instructional interventions. To address these challenges, we propose a structured intervention. It begins with a diagnostic quiz to identify gaps, followed by explicit instruction and step-by-step modeling of factoring and simplification processes. It includes CRA or concrete representational abstract sequence, work examples paired with self-explanation prompts, schema-based instruction for word problems, and focused integer operation practice. Additionally, metacognitive prompts encourage students to identify their reasoning. Formative assessments and distributed practice help monitor progress and reinforce learning. Within a 6 to 8 week cycle, they expect improvements in correctly identifying GCF and factoring steps, simplifying expressions to lowest terms, translating word problems into algebra, performing multivariable operations, and justifying solutions. Progress will be monitored through formative quizzes, rubrics, and post-tests to ensure measurable gains in both conceptual understanding and procedural fluency. In addition, for our intervention, we used to model the modified Xbox method as discussed earlier. We use it by treating the numerator and denominator of the rational expression as separate polynomials. Each part is factored using the Xbox structure, placing the product and sum in the X, and then split the terms inside the box. After factoring both parts, the rational expression is written in fully factored form, making common factors easy to identify and cancel. This model works by giving a clear visual structure for factoring, and it helps students who struggle with rational expressions because it breaks the process into organized steps. It reduces confusion that shows how each part connects and makes simplification more manageable and systematic. In conclusion, first-year students face multifaceted difficulties in factoring rational expressions due to gaps in conceptual understanding, procedural skills, and problem-solving strategies. We recommend scaffolded, conceptually grounded instruction, including CRA, explicit strategy teaching, contextualized problems, and metacognitive prompts. Diagnostic assessments and differentiated support are essential to bridge foundational gaps and strengthen algebraic proficiency before advancing to more complex tasks. Mathematics is more than memorizing procedures. It's about understanding concepts and applying them confidently. Our investigation shows that while first-year students face challenges in factoring rational expressions, targeted and scaffold instruction can bridge these gaps and build both skill and confidence. By addressing misconceptions, strengthening foundational skills, and promoting reasoning, we can help learners not only to solve problems, but also understand the why behind each step. Ultimately, this empowers students to approach algebra with clarity, competence, and confidence. And that's all for our mathematical investigation project presentation. Thank you for watching. Mathematics is more than memorizing procedures. It's about understanding concepts and applying them confidently. Our investigation shows that while first-year students face challenges in factoring rational expressions, targeted and scaffold instruction can bridge these gaps and build both skill and confidence. By addressing misconceptions, strengthening foundational skills, and promoting reasoning, we can help learners not only to solve problems, but also understand the why behind each step. Ultimately, this empowers students to approach algebra with clarity, competence, and confidence. And that's all for our mathematical investigation project presentation. Thank you for watching. Mathematics is more than memorizing procedures. It's about understanding concepts and applying them confidently. Our investigation shows that while first-year students face challenges in factoring rational expressions, targeted and scaffold instruction can bridge these gaps and build both skill and confidence. By addressing misconceptions, strengthening foundational skills, and promoting reasoning, we can help learners not only to solve problems, but also understand the why behind each step. Ultimately, this empowers students to approach algebra with clarity, competence, and confidence. And that's all for our mathematical investigation project presentation. Thank you for watching.